Yeah, easy English vibe. Yeah, easy English vibe.
Now, before we get started, let me just say this. If you're someone who's trying to improve your English, trying to speak with clarity, confidence, purpose, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to this channel and, hit that like button, because what we're talking about today is something people ask me about all the time. How do presidents speak? How do they deliver a message so everyone listens? And the truth is, it's not magic. It's not genetics. It's not some secret code they whisper to you at the inauguration. It's a skill, a discipline, something you build the same way you build anything worthwhile. Slowly, deliberately, one word at a time. You see, when you're president, you can't just talk. Anybody can talk. You have to guide. You have to take complicated ideas, foreign policy, economics, national crises, and make them understandable to someone watching the news at 10 p.m. after a long day. And to do that, you need three things: patience, control, and a willingness to pause. People think confidence comes from speaking fast. No. Confidence comes from choosing to slow down. When you pause, you give your words room to breathe. You give your listener time to understand, and you give yourself the chance to think, which, let me tell you, is a valuable thing in Washington. Now, another thing presidents do, or at least should do, is speak with intention. You don't use 15 words when 5 will do. You stay on message. And look, I know that sounds simple, but when you're standing behind that podium with cameras pointed at you and half the world waiting for you to slip, keeping it simple becomes an art. And let me add one more thing. A president doesn't try to sound smart. He tries to sound clear. People don't remember your vocabulary. They remember how you made them feel while you were explaining something difficult. That's why I always try to bring the conversation down to a human level, because politics, language, leadership, it all comes down to human beings trying to understand one another. You want to sound like a president? Start there. Now, look, we also need to talk about something people overlook: rhythm. Every speaker has a rhythm. Mine, well, you've probably heard it. I pause. I recalibrate. I use little markers like look, or, not because I'm filling space, but because I'm connecting the thought I just finished with the one I'm about to start. It's like turning a corner gently instead of crashing into the next sentence. If you want to learn to speak English with that same measured tone, don't rush through your ideas. Let your sentences land. Let the audience catch up. Leadership isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being the one people trust to guide the conversation. And there's something else. Presidents speak forward. Meaning, even if the topic is heavy or complicated or frankly unpleasant, the tone always points toward possibility, toward solutions, toward the next step. If you lift your listener even a little, they'll stay with you. And that's what language is supposed to do. Now, if English isn't your first language, and for many of you watching it's not, let me be clear. You do not need to sound like me or any other president to be impressive. You just need to sound like someone who believes in what they're saying. But if you want to borrow something from presidential speech, borrow the discipline, the focus, the calm. Practice speaking in full thoughts. Practice summarizing complicated ideas in simple language. Practice pausing without apologizing. And don't be afraid to show a little warmth. People forget that presidents are humans too, and humans connect with authenticity more than perfect grammar. So if you're learning English, keep at it. You're building a skill that opens doors. And if you stick with it long enough, and you practice with intention, you'll find your voice, not just in English, but in life. Now, before you head out, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and leave a like on the video. It helps more people find this kind of content, and I think we could all use a little more clarity in the world right now. Thanks for listening.